take a look at my logo here. You are watching another episode of VRPC World, or Virtual PC World, or VRPCWorld.org's TechRant from Flemington, New Jersey. And let's see. Okay, now we're loud enough. All right, let me repeat myself. You are watching another episode of VRPCWorld.org's TechRant, a most of the time weekly podcast show that deals with the issues and problems and heartaches of technology when it comes to using technology, gripes, complaints, issues, advice, whatever we can get, information that hopefully will be of help to you. And I know it helps me out to remember some of the stuff that I need to remember from so many years of working with this stuff. Starting out in electronics, going into technology as far as computers, and now semi or almost just about retired. And if I didn't say so before, I am your host, Leonardo Perez. That's me there on the screen. Hello to everybody who's been following me, following my podcast. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. Sometimes. Other times it's been pretty painful. I am back using my old Technical Pro mixer as opposed to the other one that I was using. I forget what brand it was. The other one. And the only problem that I have with it is the power issues. It had a little burnout in the power system, and I have to find an alternative power source for it to continue to work. I had to work out a couple of bugs as far as sound, feedback, clicking, noises, things like that. But I think it's related more to the software that I'm using right now. I am utilizing an HP DB6 Pavilion laptop with 4-core processor, and you would think that that would be enough power for you to do what you need to do, like a podcast show, but apparently it's not. When you start using it in the real world, you know, adding programs and doing this and doing that and doing the other, you wind up where I'm at right now, a brick wall of slowness. It just doesn't want to work well. It's in the process of being returned now for servicing and repair by HP, and I hope that they'll find the cause or the reason for it. Plenty of memory, plenty of hard drive space. Video memory is fine. The video graphics controller built into it, I believe it's an ATI, is more than sufficient for it to take care of the video graphics aspects of the computer. But apparently something is slowing me down. Now, it could be a virus, it could be spamware, a bot, something's going on. Usually hardware is the last thing to blame, but being that this one is under warranty, I decided to take Hewlett-Packard's offer to have it checked out, and all I have to do is just wipe it out and get it ready to send. I already got the box for it. Thank you, HP, for sending that. And hopefully they'll find the reason why this laptop is behaving the way it is. I even have an extra micro SD card with memory to upgrade the performance level, using it as a speed boost. It's 2 gigabytes. Right now I have it out. And all I got to do is take what is in this laptop and make sure that I have it backed up, because I got a lot of stuff on there. And we have a warning. Bandwidth is low. Apparently either Ustream.tv or my ISP Comcast, or both, are providing me a very weak and unstable signal. So I don't know what to do here other than just continue and see just how far I can go with this very dismal performance level. Core 1 is at 95%, Core 2 88, Core 3 98, Core 4 89. It is maxed out. RAM is being used about 59%, for those of you who like technical information, and maybe you could find out the reason why this laptop is performing the way it is. It has basically Windows 7 Premium and of course Ustream Producer. It has all the web browsers, the Mozilla Firefox, the built-in IE Explorer version, I believe 9 is up to now, and all the updates and patches that Microsoft provides when you hook up to their servers. So it could be a driver, it could be just about anything. It could be a ghost, a phantom in the machine. But hopefully HP will figure it out and get back to me and let me know what's going on. The chat room is kind of open. I have here a tablet, the Acer Android tablet, the Transformer 101, and I have it loaded up with the Ustream thing, and I have the social stream up. There's a box on the side, on the right side, that lets you enter messages. So if you can send me a message, send a message. I had one message from JL something or another a few days ago that said no sound. I had no sound. Now I'm looking at the sound level, and he was probably right. I had no sound available, and now it says connection error, could not connect to Ustream. That's the tablet, and the tablet has a maxed out input and output of the wireless connection to the internet. So I don't know what's going on there. It could be the Ustream servers. It looks like it might be them. It might be Ustream being overwhelmed right now at this hour, because it seems that everything else as far as internet access is working just fine. So yeah, what do you do after you spend close to $200 on a program, for example Ustream Producer Pro, and find out that it is at the mercy of Ustream.tv's website and servers, which right now aren't performing too well? I got a message that says can't play audio. I don't know. I mean, I don't think this is an Android tablet telling me that we're having issues. It's not the HP, so I know it's not the HP's problem or the fault of the HP or the software that's on the HP. It seems to be pretty universal as far as Android tablet, Android phone, smartphone, a consistent issue with Ustream. Now I don't know if Ustream people are watching this. If they are, please don't take this as a evil criticism of your services. I do like your services. I think they can get better in time, but right now I have to say the honest truth and say that it's not performing so well, in case some of you out there are getting a little itchy about spending $200 for Ustream Producer Pro software. It's a great software. I haven't figured out all the ins and outs of it, but it has some nice features on it. I would have preferred that I would be able to record with this program on my laptop or on my desktop independently of any internet connection, but apparently it does not allow you to do that. So you're at the mercy of both your internet service provider, Comcast or whatever service provider you're using to connect to the internet, and then in the end at the mercy of Ustream.tv's servers that use it for traffic, for storage and for transmission of your stream, like this show right now. So you know, a lot of things to think about. We are now on 9 minutes. I haven't said any introductions about usually I get rid of them at the beginning of the show and wind up using up too many minutes in my show. So let's see if I can get through it without using too many minutes. Right now you're seeing a logo box on the bottom right hand side in white, a rectangle box right below Virtual PC World and the globe. And basically the first thing that you should take notice of is the TechRant hotline. It is available 908-751-3901, 908-751-3901. Call me with your questions, your comments, suggestions, or whatever. Keep it clean, keep it short and brief if you can, but please be clear as to what your contact information is, like your phone number, or email, whatever way you want me to contact you. Repeat it if you can, twice. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to get back to you. Sometimes I can't identify all my callers here, although I try to block those people who block me. Hey, I'm out in the open. I'm not hiding from anyone. Speaking of not hiding from anyone, some of you may have Alright, we had a little problem here. We had a power outage in the Technical Pro. So I'm going to have to work on the power of this thing. Sorry about that, guys, gals, people, whatever. Anyway, Android tablet, HP Pavilion laptop, and a Mac Mini somewhere in the corner over there collecting dust. And I need to put that thing back to work. It seems to be the most dependable, maybe slow, but at least it's very dependable as far as recording and doing things in a reliable fashion. That's the great thing about Apple products, and I sometimes criticize Apple for this or that and the other, but I got to tell you the truth, like I always do, that their products are very, very stable, very reliable setup, something that is lacking in the Windows environment greatly. Now, I understand that Windows 8 is going to be coming out anytime soon anyway, and hopefully, crossing my fingers, we're going to get a reliable system, at least one better than what we got now. Going back to my logo there at the white rectangle on the bottom right-hand side of your screen, the TechRant hotline is 908-751-3901, 908-751-3901. You can also reach me on Facebook, look up VRPC World, Google Plus, VRPC World, look for that. On Twitter, on two accounts. One, my personal account, at Leo Perez, or at VRPC World, the Twitter account for VRPC World. I don't really, very rarely do I go on to the VRPC World Twitter account. I'm constantly using Leo Perez. So the only problem is if I don't know you, you're following me, expect me to follow you, it's not going to happen. I got to know who you are to follow you on my Leo Perez Twitter account. I can also be found or reached through YouTube. Many ways to connect and reach me. Of course, my email, lperez@vrpcworld.org, or vrpcworld@hotmail, or what are the other ones? vrpcworld@gmail.com. Yeah. There's 100 different ways that you can get a hold of me, and like I said, I'm not hiding from anybody. Anyone who wants to get a hold of me can do so very, very easily. Now, going back to what I was talking about before, hope I got rid of all the preliminaries. Oh, yeah. Associate of this, that, and the other. Whatever. Watch my previous episodes to hear that rant. Anyway, so I'm trying to get this set up to work again after experiencing a very educational, to say the least, mobile podcasting setup. I'm now in reverse and taking out the mobile setup and coming back into a stationary setup like this room. And hopefully a setup that is going to be a little more better than the past ones. At least I hope so. I'm using the Technical Pro again mixer. I got a power issue with it. I got to fix. But it seems to be very reliable and easy to work with as opposed to some others. Let's see. Oh boy, man, I said a mouthful, huh? I'm repeating myself. By the way, for those of you who are curious as to what my operating system is doing right now, CPU usage is 98%, almost 100%. RAM is about 60%. And I'm curious now. What exactly is the space I have on my hard drive? That also affects the performance of a computer. Usually, as a rule, I follow this rule that once you reach 50% usage of your hard drive, regardless of how fast or how good it is or whatever, you're going to experience a performance loss. And right now, out of 672 gigabytes, I have 358 gigabytes. So we're coming close to that halfway mark. And of course, I got several hard drives, recovery hard drives, partition and another partition and another partition. There was a time where I used to believe in separating partitions a lot, but it just created more hassle than it was good for. The reason that I believed in separating partitions or creating separate partitions for things is to basically have an operating system partition and only have operating system stuff on that partition, and then have a data partition and then save your data there. If your system crashes, you automatically have your backup already because your data partition is your backup. The only problem is if the whole hard drive were to fall prey to a disaster, you lose everything else. whether it's on the first partition, second partition, or third partition. It doesn't really matter. So it's best to always have a redundant backup system. In other words, back it up somewhere else as well. An external hard drive is always a good thing. We have now cloud drive based systems that are being pushed upon us. That's kind of good in some ways. In other ways, maybe not a good idea. You might want to be cautious when you're saving things to the cloud, because they can easily be viewed given a person's need and expertise in the field. Okay, so be careful when you're doing something like that. Just always take into mind that whatever you put up on the internet, on the web, could fall prey to the public, or you could fall prey to the public. So with caution. I mean, it's a great service. The thing that I would use a service like that for would be maybe some picture backups, maybe some other backup files, small files. It's nothing of real great importance, and always keeping in mind that you should have it backed up somewhere else as well, because you can't depend on everything, or you can't depend on one setup for everything. I'm always ahead of myself. I'm thinking ahead of what I'm about to say. Oh yeah, I'm a genius. Not really. Anyway, so summer's gone. Fall is here. It's getting a little cooler. I don't know if everyone's noticed, but I know in New Jersey I've noticed that it's getting a little cool. Right now it's 69 degrees in Flemington, New Jersey, and it's going to probably drop down to around 50, right around 50 something tonight. And people are beginning to wear jackets. Kids are back at school. Yay. I'm sure you parents are happy as hell the kids are out of the house. And let's see, let me turn this down a little bit. I'm getting a crackling noise. Or is that me? It sounds really loud. I don't know why. It sounds very, very loud. Let me see if I can well, the output is a little weird. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, I'm back to my Technical Pro headset mixer, not the mic. The mic, I'm using a boom mic that I got from I don't know where in China. Very good. Excellent boom mic. Very, very good. In fact, that might be the noise that I'm getting here, that staticky noise in my voice, like I'm catching a cold. So anyway, fall is here, summer's gone, and we are looking toward Halloween, Thanksgiving, and then eventually Christmas, and everybody then collapse after the holidays. So if you're looking out to get a gift, technology based, to one of your family members, there are a lot of things come out this holiday season. You're probably aware of the iPhone 5. It's been talked about quite a bit. In fact, a lot of hype. I don't know if it's all true or not. You can verify this on the internet yourself. Do a Google search and find out if it's true that they're selling so many iPhone 5 pre-sales. This happens every time. I mean, and also the Wii U is coming out, and I wonder if Nintendo is going to do what they did before. It is Nintendo, isn't it? Oh, I can't remember who it is. The Wii. Last time the Wii came out, they made a lot of hype about, or they did a marketing ploy of creating more demand than supply. So they were always short supply. People were like, "Oh my God, well, I'm missing out. I'm missing out." And then when they finally had the supply, people found other cures. It was too late. I hope the Wii U is not going to follow the same path of destruction. They got enough things going against them. They don't need this crap as well. So if you guys at the Wii, is it Nintendo or what is it? If the people who create the Wii U that's coming out soon, well, what a weird name, please make sure you have enough stock. Don't do something stupid like the last time. The iPhone is the same thing. Is there a demand for it? And if so, will they have the amount of items available for the people to get this Christmas? You know, once a person decides that they just can't get the item and they're better off getting something else, it's a done deal. It's just the way it is. The iPhone is a beautiful phone. I mean, I bought the original iPhone. I was forced to do so. I was looking for other alternatives at the time, and I went through the Razor. I went through a couple of other phones. I can't remember their models or their the companies that I went through a couple of cell phones, and then I finally was forced to get the iPhone because it had all the features I was looking in a phone. What happened to the iPhone? Why didn't I continue getting the iPhone? Basically, it's the same sad story most of us ex-iPhone users have. Fees went up, restrictions went in, and we hightailed out. What good is it having a complicated device like the iPhone and others? And we're getting a recording error. All in the family error. Oh, yeah, okay, great. What good is having a smartphone with all those features and power of a smartphone when you can't use them? You're limited by data. You're limited by the poor quality of the signal before you even reach the data ceiling that they're imposing on you. And then to top it all off, at the end of the month, you've got to justify paying that stupid fee that they put in just so that you can't use your iPhone. So I got tired and I switched out. I just basically did an about face on the iPhone and Apple on the iPhone, and got an Android smartphone, got some other smartphones that I tried out as well. I was going to basically go back to just using a regular cell phone, no smart nothing about it, just dial out and hello, I'm on my way, goodbye, with no contract or no extra fees whatsoever. And somehow I decided to go the other route and stayed in the Android smartphone field. BlackBerry users, you guys are in trouble, right? You're losing out. And, well, let's just say that I hope Apple doesn't make the same mistake that they did in the past. Problem is, when you're talking about a smartphone, you're basically, it's a useless device right now with all the regulations of this and that and the other imposed by the cell phone industry. Not to mention Hollywood's copyright infringement laws and that you can't copy this, you can't copy that. Yeah, your phone is basically worthless. All those features that you have, you can't use them in the real world. I mean, I had an iPhone. I have an Android phone now. I'd love to have another Apple iPhone product, but I don't see the value in it. I just don't see the justification to spend that amount of money and have a smartphone that's basically crippled from the starting gate. So until they change that, me and others like me will never go back to the iPhone. I mean, I don't know if Apple gives a damn. I would if I was Apple, because they really lost out quite a few customers when those changes came into effect. Now, I know I'm going to hear this on the internet when I start watching some of the past shows of other podcasters in technology saying that, there are people saying that the iPhone is not, referring to me and others that talk about it, that it's not going to do well, that this, that, and the other. But, we're talking about people that basically buy stuff without thinking about it. I mean, they have no qualms whatsoever to walk in and buy 1, 2, 3, 4 iPhones, even if they become totally useless, because they're in a different realm of the sphere than you and I are. We are normal PC users with a normal, very low income that has restrictions like we got to eat, we got to pay our bills, and we got to do this and we got to do that. And the income level that we have available is not enough to just go nuts into a store and say, well, I'll just take this, take that, and take the other, and the hell with the rest of the world. So once you leave that fantasy land that some fellow podcasters are in, or you consider the fact that they might be well off more than you are, or me, and have the ability to buy these devices whenever they want, then you come to reality, the world we live in, and you basically have to figure out what would be the best product for you. Well, if you're going to buy a cell phone, I would suggest that you look into the Samsung line. The Android Samsung line is quite nice. There was a reason why Apple sued them. They have some very nice products that rival the iPhone. And although they basically won the majority of the cases that were brought up against them last time I checked, against with Apple suing them, I think it was there was a one moment that they told me, or I read, that there were 38 lawsuit infringement rights infractions, whatever. And out of those 38, they got like 6. They won 6. That's not a good score. You know, I don't know. It's just me. I sometimes talk to my neighbors, and we sometimes discuss things that are going on in today's technology world. And for the life of us, we can't figure out how it's possible that so many people, so many dumb, ignorant, incompetent people are in charge of so many products and services that are provided to you and me. They have no common sense. They have no desire to have any common sense. And they live in a fantasy world that you and I just cannot afford to live in. So anyway, if you're going to buy a cell phone, depending on what your usage is going to be, or you're going to give one away to a family member, a friend, keep in mind what purpose you're going to be using that cell phone for. Is it just for calling? If it's just for calling, don't get a smartphone. Save yourself trouble and money, and get yourself something like a non-contracted track phone or Virgin Mobile or any non-contracted phone that you pay a monthly fee for either unlimited minutes or a certain amount of minutes a month. You'll do just fine. If you're not sure how many minutes you're going to need, and you already have a cell phone provider already with you, all you have to do is basically look back at your history of usage and see what your average use per month are or were for the cell phone. Once you know that, then you know, say for instance, last on a monthly average, I only use 150 minutes per month. So if I find a cell phone plan that provides me 200 minutes a month at a low rate, I know I'm going to be fine. Unless there's an emergency during the process of 1 month or 2, but I'm going to be just fine. Now, if I need a smartphone, I need a phone that's a little bit smarter than just dialing out to call. Say, for instance, text messaging and email, which is the next level up in the stage here. Text message and email. Then you can get a phone that is not quite a smartphone, but enough so that you can access your email and text messaging. So those phones are relatively inexpensive as well. Now, if you have to have access to the internet, then you're going to have to go into a smartphone, and then you're going to have to be careful as to what provider you're going to go for. As far as their conditions, terms of use, how many minutes, when they're going to throttle your connection down to a staggering halt almost, or charge you extra for anything past a certain amount of data usage per month. Just something to think about. Now, if money's no object, get an iPhone. If you got money to burn, just get an iPhone. Of course, if you're the rest of us, poor bastards out there, you're not going to do that. Unless someone gives it to you. I'm willing. All right. So, there you go. A nice little tip as far as getting a cell phone for yourself or for a loved one for this holiday season that's coming up. Now, as most of you may have been aware, I did do a special podcast show in the town of Flemington to raise some funds for the St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. I asked that those of you who can give. You don't have to give using my name. Use your own name. Give. And if you have some time that you can volunteer for your local hospital, VA facility, nursing home, and try to help out. Be part of the cure, not the problem. Of course, I'm always a problem. I'm always complaining about this, that, and the other. Speaking of which, I have some past pending issues, and I'm down to 30 minutes. Yeah, let's see if I can get rid of some of the past pending issues. One of the pending issues was with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. I had filed a couple of complaints, mainly about credit card fraudulent actions with the banks. And out of the, I believe, 3 that I filed, or was it 4? 1 came back from the CFPB as not being able to be pursued by their agency. They referred me to the FTC or to the state attorney general's office. They could not pursue the matter any longer, basically because what the company was doing was considered to be legal, and I had nothing to stand on as far as a complaint. It doesn't make it right, and you people should, you viewers, my fellow viewers, are probably aware of what I'm talking about. The other ones are still out and pending. I'm waiting for a reply from the CFPB as far as what they're going to do or what suggestions they may have. Also, the old case of Lyndon Warren of the United States Postal Inspector General's office here in New Jersey. I have yet to hear not one iota of an explanation as to what happened when Flemington when the Flemington post office robbed me of my LCD monitor. Disappeared. No explanations, no apologies, nothing. I did manage to get some of the money returned back to me, the shipping part of it, but other than that, nothing. No contact, no further contact has been made to Linda Warren, or she has made no contact with me, either through email or any other source. I will be following up, and I will keep you informed as to the outcome. Persistence, people. I keep on saying this, and I have to always tell you, you must be persistent. They could have worn down just about anybody by just ignoring you altogether, like they're doing right now with me. But I am a persistent person. I've got nothing better to do than to lie there in bed in pain and think about who I can create more pain for, especially these people that take advantage of people like myself and you by taking our products, ripping us off, using our money when we don't give them permission to do so. All kinds of things are going on. And of course it affects you, it affects me, it affects everyone involved. Let's see what else. Postal Master here in Flemington. I'm still waiting. Not even an apology. The other thing that I needed to cover was Veterans Administration. I am a veteran, and I'm proud to be a veteran. But more so, I am proud to help my fellow veterans and their families. If you are a veteran and you're in need of maybe some shoulder to lean on, someone to talk to about your problem, I'm all ears, man. Talk to me. If there's something I can do to help you, as far as my small amount of knowledge as to who to contact, what to do, please let me know, and I will try to help you out. I know there's a lot of people that claim out there to help veterans, but when it comes down to it, I really don't see anything happening with our fellow veterans being helped out. There are commercials on TV that we're proud to support our veterans, and you know, it's all bull. It's all bull. I don't see the reality of this so-called help that they're providing. Anyway, I have a few issues with the VA, East Orange in particular. I'm waiting for the director's office to contact me. I wrote a letter to them, to the gentleman. I think it's a guy, yeah. I wrote a letter to him about 2 weeks ago. I have yet to receive an email, a call, a letter. Nothing. Zip, zil, nada. But like I said, I am very persistent, and we will continue to be persistent, me, myself, and I, until we reach a conclusion that will satisfy me and the people that I try to help. Okay? So the VA, please contact me. Let me know what's going on. And by the way, for you fellow veterans, you can go at the VA have a blog. Veterans Administration has a blog where you can write. I haven't tested it out yet, but I recommend you do it. When I get the information, I'll post it on, as soon as I can figure out how to edit my webpage, I'll post it on the internet. So for those of you who claim to support veterans, please do so. Stop talking about it and actually do it. And I can't go out without mentioning something of this. We are in the age of stupid, where people in authority, those people that affect you and me and the ability of our ability to live a decent and normal life, are being affected by the age of stupidity, of people stupid in charge of offices, departments, commerce, government, you name it. We have morons and clowns running the show. At least that's some of the impression I get when I run across a brick wall. Not all the time. Okay, let me clarify that. I don't want to offend those people that are actually doing a decent job within any government agency or commerce, private or public, that take the extra effort of doing a decent job in whatever field that they're working in, be it helping out veterans, helping out socially seniors, those people that don't have money, are running through hard times and things like that. Hey, keep it up. We need more people like you. If that's the person that's listening to my show right now, we need more people like you to provide help. And when you run across a problem, you may not think that problem that you have, your own personal problem, might affect anyone else. You're wrong. Chances are you just run across a problem that's more common than you think. So raise the issue, complain, contact the appropriate people, write letters, blog, text, whatever it is that you have to do to catch their attention within the law. Let's not be stupid. Okay? Do things within the law. Do not violate someone else's rights by violating the law as well. So let's do things with our brains, okay? And hopefully we will leave the age of stupid, and I will change my little icon here to reflect the age of enlightenment, the age of coma, whatever age we're in. And of course, that's my mean symbol. Not so mean today. We are running at 37 minutes, and I think we're going to call an end to the show right now. I appreciate you guys or gals for coming in, watching my show, coming into the internet and watching my show. I feel like someone's walking into the door. And I hope you'll tune in again next time for another episode of TechRant or Flemington Town Crier, whichever show you like. And until next time, always defend your rights.